There will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time.
Hey guys, and welcome on in to another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends, free NHL picks. I'm Terry, ready to break down today's slate. 4 games to discuss today, but hey, a 4-game slate, but I can't complain. There's definitely some good spots to talk about today. We will start by taking a look back at yesterday. And nothing but good things really for me to say about yesterday's slate. But we'll get to that here in 1 second. Let me bring it up. So the first game, San Jose Sharks, Philadelphia Flyers. A lot of people were on the Flyers puck line. For me, completely stayed off this game. Both San Jose players that have been playing well, Granlund and Zetterlund, both did not get a point. So I'm glad I completely stayed off this game. I really lean with the Sharks plus 1.5. I should have pulled the trigger on that. But overall, the Flyers should not have been that big of favorites. They were able to get the win, yes, but way too big of a favorite for me to even look at the Flyers, a team that I've struggled to get right all season long. Columbus Blue Jackets, Montreal Canadiens, my exclusive play of the day, unfortunately was on the over 6.5. Both of these teams have been going over recently, over when they faced each other. Montreal stormed out to a 3-goal lead on their first 4 shots of the game, and then that was it. Columbus had a ton of shots, but were unable to solve Primo in that game. Just excellent game for him. I'm trying to get it up here to see the exact amount of shots for Columbus. 41. So a 41 save shutout for Primo. Just an amazing game. And that's going to happen sometime. So unfortunate loss there. Detroit Red Wings, Buffalo Sabres. I said on yesterday's show it was just a horrible spot for this Red Wings team that's in free fall. And early on in the first period, I knew I was going to win this play. Buffalo stormed out to a 4-1 lead and never let up. Continued to put on the pressure against the Red Wings, a divisional opponent, so it makes sense that they weren't going to show any mercy to the Red Wings, and they definitely did not. So really, I should have been on the puck line here in this one because Buffalo really took care of business. So a nice spot there. New York Rangers, Carolina Hurricanes. Kind of the draw, unfortunately, did not cash. A 1-0 New York Rangers win in this game. I really leaned with the Rangers at plus 150. I really did. Did not end up pulling the trigger, but it is what it is here in this one. The 1-800-GAMBLER game, pass. Ottawa with the win in overtime between these teams. So both teams I'm trying to fade right now play each other. It was a total pass, and the Ottawa Senators get the win. So, wow. Arizona Coyotes, Minnesota Wild. The over 6 unfortunately did not cash here. I did add Wild team total over 3.5 before the game. So that was a nice winner. Kaprizov anytime goal, a nice winner there. He leads the NHL in goals since the All-Star break. Kirill, the Thrill, a superstar NHL player, Nicholas Earl, even though if you disagree. Kirill Kaprizov, a superstar player doing superstar things and leading the Wild to a win here. As I said on yesterday's show, Kaprizov loves to face the Coyotes. I don't know what it is, but they are one of the teams he loves to score against. And next up happens to be another team, the Anaheim Ducks, that he likes to score against. Florida Panthers, Dallas Stars. Oh, this one hurts. Dallas stormed out to the three goal lead or 3-0 lead in the second period. I did have the second period over, which I bet at plus 100 around 5 minutes through the second period. I don't talk about that enough here on this show, but I know Addison mentions it a lot in the chat, and obviously I bring it up here on the screen. But Dallas second period overs. For some reason, there is always a bunch of goals in the second period in Dallas Stars games. So right around the 15-minute mark, I pulled the trigger at plus 100 over 1.5. I think there was 3 goals in the period, so easy winner there. Fortunately, Florida tied it up, and I was thinking, ooh, the draw has a chance because there was only like 5 minutes left in the third. But Dallas takes a penalty, and Florida scores and ends up winning that game. So it is what it is there. Anaheim Ducks, Chicago Blackhawks, Alex Killorn, anytime goal did not cash. He's gone cold. Or I shouldn't say he's gone cold. He didn't score in this game, which I really thought was a good spot for him to score. The Blackhawks putting up I believe it was 7-2, a big win here against the Ducks. And Bedard had a big night against the Anaheim Ducks. So everyone's jumping up and down about Precious Bedard having a great night against the Anaheim Ducks. Everyone has a good night against the Anaheim Ducks. Colorado Avalanche, Calgary Flames. Colorado puck line winner, McKinnon goal winner. Sharon Govich did not win. Here's another spot where I added the team total over 3.5 right before the game. So another winner there. And I do want to go back here to scroll back to this game. Columbus, Montreal. I didn't pull the trigger on New Hook over half a point on the show. I did later on. And the reason why I bring up the spreadsheet, which is in the description below a lot, is because I highlighted in green that I was playing New Hook. So I wish I would have given out on the show a plus 114 winner there. But that's why I mentioned to check the spreadsheet before games start, because I do add some player props and stuff throughout the day. And they'll be highlighted in green in the spreadsheet. So you know that's a single play there. But yeah, this game, the Flames had a 2-1 lead after the first. And then the Avalanche just took over. McKinnon goal, Nichushkin goal, Rantanen goal, all the big guns for Colorado scoring here. So that was a nice winner. Vegas Golden Knights, Seattle Kraken. I went to bed and the Kraken was winning 3-2, and I was thinking, oh, come on, Kraken, get this win here in regulation, help the Wild out. But unfortunately, Vegas tied it and won in overtime. So unfortunate for the Wild and for the Kraken that they did not win that game. Vegas's goaltending continues to be an issue here, and something they did not address at the trade deadline. They added every offensive and defensive player they possibly could, but they didn't address their goaltending, which continues to be an issue here. And then the final play of the day was the parlay of the day. Plus 137, Wild money line, Colorado Avalanche money line, and maybe it was a bit of a sweat after the first period in the Avalanche game. And then Arizona, Minnesota was tied for a little bit there, 1-1. But then both teams broke away. And a nice winner there, plus 137 for the parlay of the day. And I really spent a lot of time yesterday going through different things in the parlay of the day before I finally decided what I was going to do. So really was focusing on getting a winner. And I'm glad I did there. Looking at the NHL standings before we get today's slate, Florida in first with 94, Boston with 91, Toronto with 82. In the Metro, the Rangers in first with 90, Carolina with 84, Philadelphia 76, Tampa Bay with 74. In the top wild card spot, Islanders with 72, the Red Wings tied, but outside of the playoff spot currently with 72. Washington was 69, Buffalo was 67, New Jersey was 66, Pittsburgh was 65, and then the bottom feeders of the Eastern Conference. In the West, Dallas with 89, Winnipeg and Colorado both with 87, A close race here in the Central. Vancouver in first in the Pacific, Edmonton in second, LA in third. LA and Vegas both tied with 77. So we'll see how these teams do. Who finishes third? Who finishes potentially in a wild card spot? Nashville was 78. As I said, Vegas was 77. Minnesota was 71. St. Louis was 69. Seattle was 68. Um, Calgary was 67. And then we've got the bottom feeders of the Western Conference here. But we will jump into the chat and see how everyone is doing today. Good day, Terry. To you as well, Captain Bride. Hope yesterday was good to you. I'm going to the Wild game tomorrow night. Oof, that's going to be fun. Congrats. Big bags last night. Yes. And I didn't really mention in the recap, but yesterday was a far better night for me. I cashed a 9-game parlay, a 6-game parlay. Yesterday was Parlay Cash Central. So good night on the show and a really good night when it came to parlays yesterday. That's why we condone parlays here at Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. Terry, dot, 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 dot. Hello, Nicholas. What's up, Terry? Great day yesterday. Let's crush it again. Yes, let's get it again. Reinhardt scored yesterday, and that was Nick's first time this season betting Sam Reinhardt anytime goal. So good job, Mr. Earl, finally cashing on Sam Reinhardt. Go Sabres, Hawks, and Panthers. Yep, big wins for Nick yesterday as well. What's up, Terry? I know everyone cashed. I hope people tailed the parlay of the day. Yes, because that was a nice winner. Good call on Avs puck line. Thanks. The Flames are just a fade team, and this Avalanche team is hot, and they have their offense really going right now. Columbus 41 shots on goal. Yep, and Jackets money line tomorrow against Ottawa for a bounce back. Interesting. I have not looked at tomorrow's slate, so I cannot comment. But yeah, I can see that. I can see Columbus being a good spot tomorrow. Ottawa off a win, probably feeling really happy that they won a game. So yeah, the Kraken loss hurts. Up 2 with 7 minutes left. I don't want to. I know it's upset. Live bet the Panthers down last night plus 700. There you go. There you go. Bedardi anytime goal. Yeah. Against the Ducks, he better score. Jay Stone likes that look for Nick's Columbus. And I do too. I don't know what the price is for them, but yeah. Jay Stone already capping for tomorrow. Yeah, Nick is ahead, but with a small slate today, no wonder. Hats. Blue hats. I think that's blue hats. Good day, Terry. Smash the like. Let's have some hot streaks moving forward. Yes, let's do it. Keep up the great work, Terry. Thanks, Mom Who Bets. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And we will jump into today's slate. And we will start with the first game of the night. And we've got some good games tonight. Starting with this one here. Nashville Predators and the Winnipeg Jets. Nashville plus 130 to plus 135. Winnipeg minus 144 to minus 160. 5.5s right across the board in this game. Taking a look at goaltenders, nobody confirmed for Nashville. I would assume it's UC Saros. I don't believe Nashville is playing tomorrow, but let me quickly go and check. No, Nashville does not play tomorrow. So I would assume it would be UC Saros in this game. Connor Hellebuck already confirmed for Winnipeg. How are these teams doing recently? Nashville, 10 wins, no regulation losses, 2 overtime losses in their last 12. They've been the hottest team in the NHL. 3 overs, 1 under, 2 games finished with 6 goals, going overtime in 2 of their last 4. Winnipeg, 4-3 in their last 7. Having good games, having bad games, having good games, having bad games, not really being all that consistent recently. Their last 3 games going under 5.5. Winnipeg 5-2 in the last 7 between these teams. 5 of the last 6 going under 5.5. So we usually do see lower scoring games when these teams face each other. And for me in this game, like, give me the dog. Give me the Predators money line plus 136 and give me Thomas Novak over half a point. If you've been watching the show all year long, you'll know that we've cashed on Thomas Novak quite a bit throughout the year. He's got a point in 14 of his last 17 games. He's been extremely consistent despite playing on the third line for the Predators. He's been extremely consistent and always a great price. Plus 114, a great price here just to get a point in this game. And then Predators money line plus 136. I expect this to be a very close game. And in a very close game, I'll take the dog, especially when the dog has no regulation losses in their last 12. And they're facing a team that is better than them in the Winnipeg Jets, but the Jets are not as consistent lately as the Preds. So I'll take the Preds here at a nice plus price. And Thomas Novak over half a point. Looking at player props for the other for both teams, Philip Forsberg a point in 8 of his last 9 games. Ryan O'Reilly has a point in 7 of his last 8 games. Kyle Connor has a point in 10 of his last 13 for Winnipeg. Mark Scheifele a point in 7 of his last 9. And Josh Morrissey has an assist in 9 of his last 12 games for the Winnipeg Jets. We'll jump into the chat. Dun, 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 dun. New Jersey versus Dallas tomorrow, and Anaheim versus Minnesota. Yes, some interesting matchups there. Preds are pass. All dogs feel live tonight. Hey, it could be a dog night, and I'd be fine with that. I totally would. I'll take a shot with the Preds money line. Yeah, I agree. Preds money line. I agree. Aha. But don't you want Nashville to lose for Minnesota's sake? Of course. But when it comes to betting, I have to bet with my brain, not with my heart. So, yes, I would love to see Nashville lose this game, but I have to bet them because it's just how it is here in this one. And Captain Bry likes Morrissey assist plus 110. That's a great price. That is a great price. And I probably should add it. I probably should. The dogs are ready to bark. I hope so. Sounds good to me. Morrissey assist plus 125, a great price. Oh, there we go. Even better price, plus 125. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull a trigger on that. Yossi at even money too. I believe he's gone cold the last game or two. I don't have him listed on my sheet, so there must have been a reason why for that, but best of luck. Bucky better than Soros. I can agree with that. Nashville team total over under 2. Minus 117, minus 112. Neil Point shots and goal. Yeah. And I will admit, or I will state that Winnipeg is the better team here. But the better team doesn't always win. So I'm happy to go with the dog here in this spot. We'll move on along to our next game between the LA Kings and the St. Louis Blues. LA minus 150 to minus 162. St. Louis plus 125 to plus 136. 6s and 5.5s available here. Finnegan barking upstairs, so maybe the dog is live in this game, which I would be totally fine with if the St. Louis Blues were to win this game. Looking at goaltenders, we've got Jordan Binnington confirmed for St. Louis. Cam Talbot likely for LA. Interesting that they're going to be going to Talbot here after David Riddick is coming off a shutout. But it looks like they'll go back to Talbot, who lost his last start 4-1, but has a 940 save percentage his last 8 games. So he's been very good for the Kings recently. How are these teams doing recently? LA 4-1-1 in their last 6. 3 of their last 4 going under 5.5. 2 of their last 4 going overtime. The Blues 3-3 in their last 6. No overs, 5 unders, 2 games finished with 6 goals. So we've seen lower scoring games for the Blues recently. LA 5-0-1 in the last 6 games between these teams. 2 overs, no unders, 3 games finished with 6 goals between these teams. And for me, this is the pass game. I'm not touching this game. The only player currently on any kind of streak is Kevin Fiala for the Kings, a goal of 8 of his last 11, 3 shots on goal, and 7 of his last 9. Do believe he's coming off a game where he didn't even record a shot, I believe, in his last game. But yeah, I feel like this is a low scoring game. I don't want to take Fiala here, and I don't want to take either side. As a fan, I'll be rooting for the Blues to win in regulation, but otherwise, this game is just not one that I'm really interested here. The Kings play so much better on the road all season long, while the Blues, as Nick Earl will tell you in the chat, have been a good underdog at home this year. So I could see either team winning. Um, I would say sprinkle on the draw, but that's the last thing I want to see is the draw. So that's probably what's going to happen. This game is going to go to overtime. But there you go. Luke Evangelista 3 games in a row with a goal. All right. I did notice he's been doing pretty well, but I didn't know it was 3 games in a row. So thank you, Robert. I'm gonna have to take that because he plays with Tommy Novak as well. So props to Robert. I'll be adding that in the spreadsheet and I'll be betting it after the show. Blues money line. Blues are dog water. Well, they're kind of, I don't know. They're winning games, losing games, just not really being too consistent lately. Jordan Bennington, you already know it's the Blues money line. Well, I hope you show up to tonight's game, Bennington, and you don't try to fight Talbot or anything. I hope you focus on the game and stopping the puck. Kevin Fiala, anytime goal, plus 180. Kings puck line, Blues coming off a long road trip. Potentially. Potentially. Nashville and Blues need these wins more than the Jets or Kings. That's true. Because the Blues, kind of like Minnesota, they're out of this playoffs right now with about, I believe the Blues, it's a 7 point difference, but not mathematically out of it yet. Draw is live in this game. I hope not. I really hope not. Kings -1, including overtime shootout, is plus 104. All right. And Adrian Kempe anytime goal, plus 190. All right. Best of luck to everyone in this game. I will not be touching it. Stick a fork in them. Not yet. The Blues have 2 games against Minnesota coming up here in the next week. Then we can stick a fork in them after those games, hopefully. But we'll move on to the first of our late night games. We've got the Washington Capitals and the Edmonton Oilers. Washington plus 240 to plus 260. Edmonton minus 286 to minus 300. 6.5s right across the board in this one. Looking at goaltenders here, Stuart Skinner confirmed for Edmonton. Nobody confirmed for Washington. I would assume it would be Charlie Lindgren here tonight. How these teams been doing recently? Washington 3-3 in their last 6. No overs, 2 unders, 1 game finished with 6 goals. Edmonton 6-1-1 in their last 8. 1 over, 5 unders, 1 game finished with 6 goals. The Oilers 4-2 in the last 6 meetings between the teams. 4 of the last 6 going over 6.5. So we usually do see higher scoring games. Prior to Washington's last 3, they were on a heavy over streak. But Edmonton's been on under streak recently, so it's kind of tough for me to really predict goals or not in this game. And looking at the side, Edmonton is coming off a road trip here. First game home against the Capitals team that got shut out against the Jets and will definitely be looking to play better in this game. If I was looking at the side, it would be Washington plus 1.5, plus 100. I think that they could keep this game close. But for me here, only play is Dylan Strome over half a point plus 100. Yes, he did not get a point against the Winnipeg Jets, but that's because Washington was shut out. I don't see Washington getting shut out here in this game against the Oilers. So I'll take Strome here to get a point plus 100 in this game. Looking at player props, Sonny Milano a goal in 5 of his last 6. Not taking him, so he'll probably score here. Dylan Strome a point in 9 of his last 11. John Carlson a point in 6 of his last 8. Alex Ovechkin a point in 15 of his last 18 games. McDavid has an assist in 14 of his last 15. And Leon Draisaitl has a point in 5 of his last 6. No Zach Hyman. He started to go cold here. And because I'm not taking him, he's likely going to score. That's how it goes. For me, Dylan Strome here, and I'll be watching the side to see what happens here. Edmonton win first period and win in regulation is plus 170. Interesting. Interesting. I'm not. I would lean Washington first period if anything, but a Caps plus 255 question mark. Big plus price for a team that's in a good spot here, a better spot than Edmonton. Capitals plus 250 took a shot with them. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Draw plus 420 worth a look too. There you go. Washington second period money line plus 168. Okay, so you like them to play well in the second. Only if Lindgren is playing. All right. Jay Stone likes Timothy's play in this one here, the first period and win in regulation. Those are the type of bets that Jay Stone bets, so it's not surprising that he likes it. Hopefully, Washington scores first and lowers the price on Edmonton. That's true. If you like Edmonton, you would hope for that. Lapierre, anytime goal, plus 600. All right. McDavid over 1.5 points, minus 120. Dylan Strome point, minus 105. I like it. I like it. Edmonton with rest and have rest after this game. I guess so. I guess so. Oh, okay. My mouse just kind of flew and I almost hit end stream, so I don't want to do that. Strome assist plus 175. He has assists in 13 of his last 10 games. I went with the point prop, but yeah, you could go with the assist. He has been assisting a lot more than scoring, so could definitely look at assist. I just took the point prop for plus 100. I'm fine. If he gets an assist, hey, I still cash a plus money bet, so I'm happy. But we'll move on to the final game. Oh, hold on. Kaprizov anytime goal cash last night. Of course. Of course. He's the hottest goal scorer in the league since the All-Star break. Leads the NHL in goals. Spoiler alert, I'll be on him to score tomorrow. I just remember the Caps are old and slow. Yes, they are a lot older and a lot slower than this Oilers team. But we'll see if Strome can get me a point. But we'll look at the final game of the night and another really good one. So we've got Nashville, Winnipeg, and then we've also got this one here, Colorado, Vancouver. Colorado minus 105 to plus 109. Vancouver minus 115 everywhere. 6.5s everywhere between these two teams. Looking at goaltenders, Casey DeSmith confirmed for Vancouver. That's not a big surprise because Dr. Demko is week to week. We'll see if he's able to return before the playoffs and how he looks when he does return. Nobody confirmed for Colorado. With Justice Annunen starting yesterday, Colorado saved Georgiev for this game. And it's kind of the same deal with Rangers saving Shesterkin for the Carolina game. It's kind of the same deal here in this one. Finnegan's barking, so he likes the dog in this game, which is great because so do I. Give me the Avalanche money line, plus 109. Give me Nathan McKinnon anytime goal, plus 110, and Vladimir Nichushkin anytime goal, plus 160 here in this game. The Canucks are a very good team. The Canucks have been playing very well defensively. The Canucks are rested here in this game, but losing Thatcher Demko is big. It is definitely a big thing, and this Colorado team is scoring goals. They've scored at least 5 goals in 5 of their last 7 games. Their offense is on fire recently. Colorado's won both meetings between these teams 5-2 and 3-1, both in Colorado. But this will be the first game here in Vancouver, the final meeting between the teams. Colorado 6-1 in their last 7. I have to take the Avs here. They are just the more offensive, dangerous team, and they're going to be facing Casey DeSmith. Yes, DeSmith played well in the remainder of the game against Winnipeg, but Winnipeg didn't show up to that game. I believe Colorado is going to show up to this one. So give me the Avalanche, another dog, and give me McKinnon and Shushkin both to score. Why am I taking both players to score? Well, as I said on yesterday's show, Nathan McKinnon has a point in 13 games in a row. He's got 4 shots on goal in 15 of his last 17. So he's shooting the puck 4 times and at least 4 times a night at the goaltender. He's got a goal in 6 of his last 7 games. I know it's only plus 105, but it's Nathan McKinnon. And he's extremely consistent. So I'm not going to cry that it's not plus 120, plus 130. I will take plus 105 with McKinnon. No problem. Mikko Rantanen has an assist in 10 games in a row, 12 of his last 14. And Valeri Nichushkin, a goal in 4 of his last 5. So he's playing really well since returning from the player assistance program. And he's got 4 shots on goal in 7 of his last 8. So McKinnon and Nichushkin both shooting the puck at least 4 times a night. And both scoring goals recently. So I'll take them here to score against Casey DeSmith, and I'll take the Avalanche here as a dog, which is just surprising. Besser over 2.5 shots on goal. McKinnon over 1.5 points. Feel like Nate is an auto bet every time. Yeah, I can't talk you off either of those. Colorado team total over 3.5 plus 124. Wow, that is a fantastic price. Now, I'm already on these 3, so I'm not going to pull the trigger here on this, just because the Canucks do play or have been playing very well defensively. So, and I expect with Thatcher Demko out, the Canucks are still going to maybe even more play well defensively. So I'm not going to pull the extra bet on the team total here. But even if the Canucks do come out and play defensively, this Avalanche team is scoring, and it's going to be extremely tough to stop them. So best of luck there. I'm not going to pull the trigger on it because I have enough action on the Avalanche. And then, of course, we have the parlay of the day coming soon. Avalanche minus 102. Canucks could be a good fade without Demko. I agree. This is just a great price for the Avalanche here. As money line, Smith is a net. Yes. How's the drama situation with the Canucks? Has it died down? Yeah. Pettersson signing that contract, that's pretty much dealt with all that. Colorado scored 5 in the second period yesterday. I know. This team is just dominant. Avs top line props all day. Yeah, as you can see, I agree. These guys are not playing around, the Avs. No, definitely not. Over 6.5. Ooh. Yeah, I want we'll see. Vancouver slow the first 10 minutes? Potentially. They've had a few days off. And I know you might think, a lot of people would think, oh, they have days off, they're going to be super ready to go. A lot of the time when we see a team on a back-to-back and the other team rested, the team on the back-to-back a lot of the time comes out really strong and kind of just taking over where they finished last night. And if this Avalanche team wants to continue where they left off last night, I am fine with that. Sounds good to me. First period over 1.5 is a great parlay piece in Colorado. Interesting. Besser 2 points, Nichushkin 2 points parlay. Plus 1250. Best of luck. Canucks are about that defense. Yes, exactly. And Nick is right here. Only worry with Avalanche team total. Canucks defense metrics are insane lately. Yes, they've been playing extremely good defense. Less than 2.5 goals, expected goals against in 5 straight. 4 with less than 2, and 6 of the last 7 games. And I completely agree. That's the only thing that's keeping me off the Avalanche team total. But can the Canucks play as good defensively without Demko? That's the question. Middlestat is heating up, plus 131 for a point. Best of luck. Best of luck. So that's today's slate. Looking at the parlay of the day, only 4 games today. So I'm going with another player point parlay. So nice cash to money line parlay yesterday. Going to go back to a player point parlay here. First up, Philip Forsberg, over half a point for the Nashville Predators. He's got a point in 8 of his last 9 games for the Nashville Predators. He's obviously their top offensive forward. So I like him here for a point. And then Valery Nichushkin, as I said, he is heating up. And why am I choosing him? Well, because he's a lot better price for a point than Rantanen or McKinnon. And depending on where people are betting, McKinnon and Rantanen just to get 1 point is not even available at some books. Some books, it's only the 1.5 points. So to make sure everyone could bet it and to get the better price, I took Nichushkin here with Forsberg, plus 138 for today's parlay of the day. Looking to make it 2 nights in a row, cashing the parlay of the day here. Late to the show, but just in time for the parlay of the day. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Let's go. Yes, let's go. Late for the show as well. Great day yesterday. Thanks, Vegas won an OT. I'm not so happy that Vegas won an OT, but I'm glad that you won there. I like the parlay. Thanks, Juan. The best of luck if you're tailing. Columbus plus 116 on FanDuel tomorrow. Betting that now. Wow. Columbus plus 116 against the Ottawa Senators. I'm going to have to dig into that a bit more later this afternoon, but I lean that way. Thanks, Terry. No problem. Best of luck to everyone in today's slate. As I mentioned, the spreadsheet in the link in the description below. And you know what? Actually, I will bring it up on the screen. So it might be hard for people to see here, but that's why. Go and check out the spreadsheet. So all the current play stats, past history stats that I give out in the show, they're all here. We'll be getting to tomorrow's stats later this afternoon. And then player props, the streaks they're on. If you see it in green, that means that I pulled the trigger on it singly. So check back before the game start because I do add stuff. And just reminded me that I forgot to talk about props. Other props here in this game. So scroll up here. McKinnon point, I went over his stuff here. Makar has an assist in 6 of his last 8 games for Vancouver. JT Miller, a point in 9 of his last 10. Elias Pettersson has a point in 3 games in a row. Niels Höglander on that top line, which will definitely have some value, has a point in 4 games in a row. And Quinn Hughes has a point in 4 games in a row. So if you want to check out the spreadsheet, it's in the description below. And you can get all the stats that I give out on today's show and any late additions I might have. Today's exclusive play of the day is in the NBA. So if you want to purchase my play there, it's over at picksandparlays.net. $25. Link is in the description below if you wanted to purchase that. But thanks everyone for watching. Hit the like and subscribe button. Appreciate all the support. Columbus versus Ottawa, dial 1-800. ... No, I still have to look at it, but Columbus is not an auto fade team like Ottawa is. That's all I got to say. Great show and best of luck to all. Thanks, Terry. Yes, best of luck to everyone tonight. We'll see you guys again tomorrow for another episode. Getting well with Terry and friends. Free NHL picks. Best of luck, guys.